This is News 13 This Weekend at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 13 This Weekend at 10. I'm Addie Hampton. J. Michael Brown is off tonight. Well, the Panhandle is growing, and that means more and more people are traveling on aerial roadways. It also means that the Florida Department of Transportation is at work designing projects to keep motorists safe and roads in good condition. New this morning, a pedestrian is critically injured in an apparent hit and run in Walton County. His family is mourning his death and searching for justice. News 13's Kelsey Peck got the chance to talk to them earlier today. She joins us now. I can't live without my coffee either. Recent statistics show coffee consumption has jumped 5% this year in America over last year. In our team coverage tonight, News 13's Andrew Ruiz joins us inside the election supervisor office to bring you the answers to some of these frequently asked questions. Andrew? In the nation's capital, the countdown to shutdown continues. The clock is ticking until the federal government runs out of money and some services start to shut down.
So we're over the fiscal cliff. We're just not sure where we're going to land.
You could probably think of it as a suspended free fall. We are falling and falling, but at this point we haven't crashed just yet. So we'll see what happens. But I don't want the rain to come back.
I don't. We've had such a great weekend.
Oh, it was too good to be true. We are officially just 7 days from the beginning of hurricane season, and weather experts are already busy preparing for a potential storm.
This afternoon in our satellite center, News 13's Addie Hampton spoke to Representative Steve Sutherland as he outlined the challenges to avert the fiscal cliff.
We're here now with Representative Steve Sutherland, who's obviously had a very busy day in Washington, D.C. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good, Addie. Thank you for allowing me to visit with you for a few moments.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, sir. I know it's been a very busy day, hectic at times. Tell me how things have been. I know we have been behind closed doors most of the day in meetings. What's been discussed in some of these meetings?
Addie, you've been covering this trial for nearly 2 weeks. How was the mood of the courtroom today?
Jerry, when the recommendation was read aloud, a range of emotions flooded that room. You had fear, you had relief, you had some that were in anguish. Yet the face of Stephen Cozy remained unmoved. But for the Wilkes family, it was that final step in a long road towards closure.
Today begins our healing. Today's the first day of the rest of our lives.
Though Tony and Cordy Wilkes know there will always be a physical void, nothing can replace the strawberry blonde tomboy who Wilkes calls an old soul.
She wasn't perfect. She was a kid, but as perfect as they come.
Thursday was justice served in their eyes as Courtney's killer learned his fate.
A majority of the jury, by a vote of 12-0, advise and recommend to the court that it impose the death penalty upon Stephen Anthony Cozy.
I feel numb. It's like you gear up for 2 years to, you know you're getting a little bit better, but you know it's going to be ripped open again, and you dread it. You don't know how it's going to play out, and when it does, you kind of start feeling yourself breathing again.
A truly deep breath for the first time in 2 years for the Wilkes family and Assistant State Attorney Bobby Elmore.
Our world was a more beautiful and better place when Courtney Wilkes was in it, and it'll be a better place when Stephen Cozy is removed from it.
Though for the Wilkes family, they realize another family is losing a son. Both sides exchanging tearful apologies for an action that tragically changed both of their lives. But for now, the Wilkes family is looking forward to the journey home, back to Lyons, Georgia, where on their land, their Courtney is waiting for them.
I have looked so forward to the day when we can go up on that hill, pat her on the headstone and say, baby, it's over. We got him. Rest in peace.
It may be late on a Tuesday night, but before you go to bed, there's something every parent watching needs to know. Authorities say adults are coming to Bay County to hurt your children.
In an undercover sex sting, the Bay County Sheriff's Office put 12 men behind bars for things we wish we didn't have to talk about. Grown men wanting to have sex with young boys and girls. News 13's Addie Hampton joins us now with details about Operation Riptide. Addie, this story is frightening on so many levels.
It is, Amy. Bay County Sheriff Frank McKeithen says law enforcement sees a lot of things, but today their eyes were open to a whole new world of evil and perversion.
And there was no doubt when they came to the residence who they were and what they were there for.
Men looking for sex with a child. They each come to this house after an internet conversation with who they believe is either the child or a facilitator for sex with the child. What they don't know was instead of a minor, the law was on the other side of that door.
These are dangerous pieces of crap that travel to Bay County and Panama City to have sex with a child.
Bay County Sheriff Frank McKeithen holds nothing back as he describes the 12 men arrested in the undercover internet sexting, dubbed Operation Riptide. They range from 19-year-old Georgia resident Nathan Wilkins to 77-year-old retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Norman Rushton. Some come from Bay County, but Jeffrey Roy drove 3.5 hours from Mobile, Alabama. His previous charges include kidnapping and sexual battery. In his pickup truck, condoms, handcuffs, and duct tape.
It's things that our kids do when we're not home or things that happen. And these are exactly the reason we have kids disappear, we have kids go missing.
The sting set these men up with imaginary 8 to 14-year-olds. But Sheriff McKeithen stresses that this could easily happen to your child.
I would urge any parent to go home and check your child's computer, because it is scary when you have someone traveling to meet a 13-year-old kid with handcuffs and rope.
And 12 more arrests are expected in the coming weeks. You can find the full list of those arrested on our web channel. That's WMBB.com.